You likely recognize Harry's and William's children, but who are the other children currently growing up in the royal family? What are their roles, titles, and how far they are in the line of succession to the British throne? Welcome everyone, my name is Anna and I talk everything royal related on this On Royals channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button, it really supports my channel. Today we're gonna talk about royal babies, or rather children growing up in the royal family, because many times probably when you're watching some royal events, you're asking yourself, oh, who's that? Whose baby is that? How far from a British throne are they? So today I'm gonna briefly guide you through all the kids in the family. Today we'll discuss the descendants of George VI, Queen Elizabeth's father, and we'll follow the reverse order of how royal children are placed in the line of succession to the British throne. Place 29th and 30th. We have Samuel Chatto and Arthur Chatto. They're grandsons of Princess Margaret, Queen Elizabeth's second sister, sons of her only daughter Sarah and her husband Daniel Chatto. Sarah was very close to her aunt Queen Elizabeth II, and her family often attended family events organized by Queen Elizabeth. Samuel was born in 1996. He attended Eton, then University of Edinburgh, and studied art history. Currently, he's a sculptor. Arthur Chatto, the younger boy, he was born in 1999. He also attended Eton and University of Edinburgh like his older brother, but he chose career in army and currently he is a part of Royal Navy. Place 26th and 27th in the line of succession to the British throne. We have also grandchildren of Princess Margaret, though kids of her son David and his wife Serena. On 26th place, Charles. He was born in 1999 and like his cousins, he was attending Eton. Later on, he chose Loughborough University, where he took courses in product design engineering. Charles holds his father's second title, Viscount Linley. One of the most interesting children currently growing up in the royal family is Margarita. Margarita was born in 2002, a few months after her grandmother, Princess Margaret, died. Margarita attended prestigious school around Windsor, as of course Eton is only for boys, and then she studied at Oxford Brookes University. Margarita is a jewelry designer and she has her own brand, but she has also background in modeling and she was on Tatler's cover in 2023. She's very artsy and she followed her grandfather's Anthony Armstrong-Jones footsteps. She's very keen on photography. She is a photographer. She also studied photography. As you can see, none of Princess Margaret's grandchildren bear royal titles like prince or princess, just like her children. And the titles of her sons' children are inherited from their father, so Anthony Armstrong-Jones, Earl of Snowdon. 22nd, 23rd and 24th. Mia, Lena and Lucas, children of Zara and Mike Tindal. Queen Elizabeth's II grandchildren and Princess Anne grandchildren. Zara and Mike have 3 children. Lucas was born in 2021. Lena was born in 2018 and Mia was born in 2014. And Zara and Mike's children often appear at larger family events, some sports events, especially those intended for children, such for example as concerts, Platinum Jubilee concerts, for example. And they have been at family photographs, for example, with their grandparents. 19th and 20th place, Peter Phillips' children, so also grandchildren of Princess Anne. Savannah, born in 2010, and Isla, born in 2012. 15th and 16th places in the line of succession to the British throne, and I'm gonna stop for a second here. Louise and James, children of Prince Edward, the youngest son of Queen Elizabeth II and his wife Sophie. Currently, they are titled Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. James and Louise are the youngest grandchildren of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Louise was born in 2003 and James was born in 2007. And this is actually very interesting because the gap between late Queen's grandchildren and grandchildren, they're only 3 years, as James was born in 2007 and Savannah was born in 2010. The Savannah I just mentioned, daughter of Peter Phillips. Both Louise and James appear quite often on family and royal events as well. We can see them accompanying their parents, Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, at multiple occasions. They do not bear the titles of prince and princess, although they are entitled to. And it is said that they will decide once they are independent and basically independent adults if they want to have those titles, and probably in conversation with current monarch, what is their involvement in the royal family matters, and will they work for the royal family? Looking at the rest of grandchildren of Queen Elizabeth II, it's very unlikely that they will be full-time working royals, although we never know, because the only grandkid of Queen Elizabeth II that is working member of the royal family is actually Prince William. Louise was Edward's and Sophie's long-awaited first child, and she was born actually prematurely when her mother urgently went to the hospital when her father Edward was actually on Mauritius doing an official visit on Mauritius and rushed back. Fun fact is that Louise was the last child to wear the traditional christening gown for royal children, which had been used in the family since the time of Queen Victoria. And after her christening, it was seen that the gown is not in good shape, and maybe it's better to put it in the more preserved environment. So a replica was designed, and the rest, the younger royal children, they were actually christened in a new gown. Louise attended prestigious school in the Windsors area where the family resides, and in September 2022, she was about to start her higher education, her university, and in those days, sadly, her grandmother, Elizabeth II, passed away. Though she pursued her studies at St. Andrews University, and she is studying English literature, but before she actually attended a university, she worked in a garden center, which is very down to earth and I think very cute. We know quite a lot about Louise. She loves horses. She's been surrounded by horses since very early childhood. She loves riding horses and taking care of horses. And an amazing thing that we know about her, that she was very close to her grandfather, Prince Philip, and Prince Philip actually taught her how to drive a carriage. We don't know that much about James though, because he's just a teenager, but I'm sure we'll know more about him in the coming years. Now, I would say both Louise and James, they are those kids in the royal family that we have to keep our eye on, because they are now going into the university age, more growing up, and already Louise is kind of gaining popularity as the youngest granddaughter of late Queen, of course, but also her fashion choices are more commented, and she is basically kind of a growing star of the royal family at the moment. Now we transfer to more royal babies territory. Princess Eugenie's sons. Princess Eugenie is a younger daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank, they have two boys, August and Ernest. August born in 2021 and Ernest born in 2023. Due to their young age, we don't really see them that much in the public space. We've seen August on the occasion of Platinum Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, though we haven't had a chance to see Ernest yet in a public space. We see them sometimes on Princess Eugenie Instagram, as she tends to post some pictures of her sons. 10th place is Sienna Mapelli Mozzi. So she is daughter of Princess Beatrice, the elder daughter of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. And Sienna was born in 2021, and she is, as I said, the daughter of Beatrice and her husband Eduardo Mapelli Mozzi. Sienna has also a half-brother, Christopher, from a previous relationship of her father, but Christopher is not part of royal family, so I don't count him as a royal baby. And now we're starting more known territory, as I'm gonna talk a bit about kids of Harry. So 6th and 7th place in the line of succession to the British throne, Archie and Lilibet. Prince Archie was born in 2019, and his parents announced that he would be known as Master Archie, as they want him to grow as a private individual. Though when Prince Charles became King Charles III, his grandchildren gained the possibility to use titles of princess and prince. And their parents, so Meghan and Harry, decided to use those titles. And since March 2023, the official titles of both Archie and Lilibet are Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Princess Lilibet, actually Lilibet Diana, was born in 2021 and inherited her name after her grandmother, Princess Diana, and also her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, whose family nickname was actually Lilibet. Interestingly, unlike other royal children I'm presenting today, she was born not in the UK but in the US, in California. Harry and Meghan's children are not really part of family or royal events. Harry and Meghan made the decision to leave a royal family as such in 2020, and since then, if they are appearing on official royal events, it is without their children. Though we know how Lilibet and Archie look like and how they act, more or less what are their very much childhood interests, thanks to, for example, Harry and Meghan's collaboration with Netflix. And finally, 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the line of succession to the British throne, so kids of William and Catherine, of course. And now I'm not gonna present the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but we're gonna go from the youngest to the oldest. Louis, the youngest son of William and Kate. He was born in April 2018. 4th in line to the British throne, he's known for being a charming mischief maker during official family ceremonies, a favorite of the public and photographers. Over the past few years, we have known him as this cheeky little monkey on the balcony, and his expressions and reactions are loved by millions around the world. His names are Louis Arthur Charles, Charles being honor to his grandfather, King Charles III. Also, Louis is most likely an honor to Louis Mountbatten, an uncle of Prince Philip, who was also a very important figure for a lot of senior members of the royal family. Charlotte. Charlotte is the only daughter of William and Kate, 3rd in line to the British throne, and she was born in May 2015. Her charm and naturalness have captivated royal observers around the world. From an early age, she was like eagerly to wave and engage with photographers and filmmakers. She was like a natural princess. She gave an impression of being a very cheerful and very open girl. Also, her beauty is widely commented because she has a sometimes striking resemblance to her great grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, especially when she was also a young girl, but also some sees Princess Diana in Charlotte, which is very funny because Charlotte's full name is Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, and yeah, she has those names after those two figures. George is of course the oldest son of William and Kate, and probably the future king. Currently, he's the second in line to the British throne after his father, Prince William. He was born in July 2013, and it was a time when we actually saw what a royal baby fever is. I'm sure we recall all the crowds camping outside the hospital for days awaiting his birth. It was a huge thing. George received very royal names: George Alexander Louis. George appears to be more serious and composed compared to his siblings, but it's very difficult to say what is his character. He doesn't show it as much as his siblings, and also in comparison to them, he's much more stoic and more older brother figures. And of course, when you have cheeky Louis and charming Charlotte, George just seems to be more serious. The trio currently attends Lambrook School in Berkshire near Windsor, where they reside. The Wales children often appear at both less and more formal and official family and royal events. Of course, we can see them on the balcony during Trooping the Colour, but sometimes their parents also bring them to foreign visits or some other engagements. But those engagements have to be very engaging for children and very fun for children. So, for example, helicopters, gardens, or things they can do themselves. And probably William and Kate want to present the royal responsibilities to the children in a very fun and natural way, and not as something very boring. Also, we can see that George increasingly accompanies his father in public during sporting events, for example. And I think we will see more and more of this kind of father-sons, father-daughter, mother-son, mother-daughter engagements in the future. All three of them, of course, bear all royal titles. They have HRH, so His or Her Royal Highness, and then Prince, Princess, Prince George, for example. So they have all the titles. They had it from their birth onwards. It was never questioned, and likely it will remain like this, although the role in the actual royal family will probably be determined while they are adults. So this is a short sum up of who is actually growing up in the royal family, what is the future of Windsor family as well. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up to support my channel. I will be very, very pleased to see so. And let me know who is your favorite royal children, who you will follow, and observe how they grow, what life choices they make, and what they will do in the future. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.